Hey, you guys. My bad. I'm late. Let me get all set up real quick like. I'm so sorry, Tracy. I was in an Eastern time zone when I wrote that on my calendar for 4. So it showed me as 4. And that was 4 Eastern, not 4 Central. So, you guys, I'm so sorry, especially to Tracy. I'm so sorry. Rodney is on his way out here, and let me just finish up this little paint job I was doing when Tracy texted me. Ooh, it's a good thing I checked that when I did, because I would have been coming on when somebody else came on, y'all. My bad. So sorry, Tracy. Let me see if I can lower y'all down. Okie doke. Now you're probably going to hear rain, y'all. I'm in the motorhome and it's starting to rain again, of course. So here's what we're going to do. You see this frame I have right here? It was silver on the outside, and now I've painted it green, and I'll show you why. So far, I don't see anybody on here. So can y'all throw some stars or hearts or something, so I can see if anybody comes on? I'm on my page. It says Crafting and Cruising at the top, but I don't see Tracy yet. So y'all say something or throw some emojis or something so I'll know everybody's on. Because I had this problem the other day and I had to go off and come back on again. It's crazy. This book of faces is driving me nuts. What in the world? Hold on, y'all. I'm going to swipe you up. Y'all still there? Okay, there's Queen Bee's Bits and Baubles. Good. So maybe some people are coming on. I just sent her a message and told her I'm on. So that was totally my bad, you guys. That's what I get for posting stuff to my calendar when I am in an Eastern time zone. So that is exactly what happened. Tracy just gave me the thumbs up on my text, so maybe she's going to get me shared over. So when she does, I'll get y'all caught up as to what we're going to do. Y'all tell me if you see Tracy or anybody else on. Throw some hearts if you see anybody else on. I need to know, because it's certainly not showing up on my... I only see Queen Bee's Bits and Baubles on here. So, anybody else? Anybody? I see Tracy. Okay, Tracy's on here, so she saw me. Tracy, I'm so sorry. I was in an Eastern time zone, apparently, when I put that on my calendar. So, it still had me marked Eastern, and that's why I said 4 o'clock. I apologize. My bad. Hey, Brittany. Okay, now some people are getting on. Okay, so here's a frame. And what I want to do with this is really something kind of different. This was a silver frame, kind of a brushed frame. And it has an inside liner mat that's fabric. Now my plan is to crackle all of this. But I'm going to tell you what my plan is for this whole thing. In case we don't get it done, I will post a picture. So I have this very unique angel right here. Okay? She was sitting on a base. Kind of looked like a spool that was decorated. Thank y'all. Thank you. A spool that was decorated. Well, my husband, to help me out, cut the bottom off and kind of rounded it. And what my plan is to take this angel, and she's going to be the focus of what we're doing. So she's going to sit, if I can get her on here right, like this, okay? And what she's going to have around her are layers of lace to make like a gathered up, layered skirt. And then she's going to have a little piece up around her neck. So we will have layers of fabric like this. This is one layer. The next layer will be this. Of course, we'll have to gather it as we go and glue it as we go. So this will come on next. And then we will have another layer like this and one more layer. So she will not have a backing on her. She will be the center of attention. But I think with the frame crackle, and then we have an extra piece of this cut out that I was going to hang or glue to hang down from the top of the frame like this, and then she'll be standing in the bottom. So that's the plan. Like I said, I'm not sure we will get all that done, probably not, but I will post a picture. I'm going to use my Bear Antique Wax, but first let's get started on the crackling. Hey, Carol Ann. Thank you, Tracy. Hey, Nancy. I'm going to be using Pentart Fine Line Crackle and Varnish. It's a 2-step product, and I'm almost out of step 1. So, Ronnie, can you hand me those paintbrushes, please? When you're doing this 2-step process, you do not want to use the same brush for both. You need a clean, dry, fluffy brush for each step. So don't think, uh-oh. You know what? This is dried up. I think I've got some more. Let me check. Yep, I do. Alrighty. You don't want to just wash your brush and reuse it. It won't work, okay? So the Fine Line Crackle is my favorite. I do have another product here that I bought somewhere. I just found it the other day that is I think it's a 1-step crackle. I've tried it before with the, just using Elmer's glue, and it's worked a couple of times for me, but it's not my favorite. Okay, so here we go. We got a clean, dry brush, and we're just going to put this on. Now, this is going to look white when we put it on, but it will dry clear. I'm also putting it on this fabric inside matte. Will it crackle? I do not know. Maybe some of y'all do. I have no idea. But my husband said, why don't you go on and just try it too? So I said, okay, I will.
Pat Harvard says, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Debbie Norman.
Debbie Prater Norman.
Yes,
hello.
she's on there.
Is it raining where y'all are? It's raining here. So if you hear noise, I'm in the motorhome, and so you might hear it hitting the roof of the motorhome.
It's not a tin roof, but it sounds a little like it.
Is the angle good, Rodney, on the camera?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Threw it up there.
Pretty good.
Okay. So when I first came out here, I turned the heat on because I think it's in the 40s here. Yesterday it was very spring-like, but I think it's in the 40s now. And so it was a little bit cool, but I've got this sweatshirt on. So when I turned it on and left it for about 10 minutes, and I was like, whew. Okay, see how it's kind of whitish? So what we will do after we dry this and we put step 2 on and dry it, then we're going to go over it with a coat of white, Waverly White chalk paint. Now when you do that, if you've never worked with Crackle before, when you go over it with your paint, you have to be very careful and try to just go like one stroke down one way and then move over and do the same thing. If not, you will disturb the crackle and then you'll have kind of a gummy mess. I've done it before, and you can take a sanding block and sand it once it's all dry and make it look decent. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Stephanie. But it works better if you don't go over it multiple times. There's some cracks in here in this frame because this was a much larger frame and I needed it to be smaller, so my MacGyver husband took it to the basement and basically remade it for me. But some of the little joints are not totally closed, but that does not bother me at all because what I'm going for here is a very vintage look, okay? All right, so we're going to do this step first before I even worry about the outside edge.
Barbara, thank you for sprinkling.
Yes, Barbara, you're the best girl. She sprinkles. And y'all, when you're on watching Craft Around the Clock creators day and night, if you wouldn't mind doing us a favor and really throwing hearts and thumbs up, positive emojis, we're discovering that the Book of Faces really likes that. And they will kind of push us on up in the algorithm if they see a lot of activity like that going on. So, you know, that doesn't cost you anything to give a thumbs up or a heart. But they look at it and go, oh, something fun must be happening over there. We're gonna see what's happening over there, and they'll push us on out so that people can find us. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, not just for me, for every creator you watch. And even if you could just go in there occasionally and make a comment, you can even talk to one another. You don't have to be talking to us. But, you know, the engagement, I think, is what the Book of Faces is after. So if you can do that, that will really help us a lot. Okay, we've got step 1 done. I'm going to dry it real quick before we go to step 2. So has anybody told us what their weather's doing? Is anybody having snow?
Well, there's mentions of sprinkled, but that's not related to rain. So,
one of our granddaughters in Lexington FaceTimed me a while ago, and she said it's like 50 some odd degrees, but she goes, we still have snow on the ground. And she showed me out the window, and I guess where the plows had come through and just kind of pushed them up, there's little humps of snow still out there.
Oddly, there's a little like that around here where they cleared parking lots and stuff.
I think up there they're over it. You know, they had it. They had so much for like 10 days or 2 weeks. It just kept starting and stopping, starting and stopping. So I think even some of the kids would say we're over it. So if y'all are new to crafting and cruising, we would love to have you give us a follow and go to our page and look at the top under featured. You'll find a link to our Telegram so you can find out. That's really the best way to find out when we're going live. I am a very eclectic creator, I call myself. I love the vintage like I'm doing today with the lace and the crackled look. I love color. I love texture. I love layering things, even in my clothes. So I am, and I guess I'm multifaceted. My favorite medium is watercolor. I'm a watercolorist, but I haven't done much lately. So my husband just commented recently I need to do something with that again. So that's really my favorite medium, but I love mixed media and layering things. I'm not very modern. I don't like a lot of like abstract art or anything. That's not me. But other than that, pretty much anything goes.
David Norman says it's 56 and cloudy.
Yeah. Well, if y'all haven't gotten the rain yet, I don't know if it's coming your way or not, Debbie, because you're south of us. Okay, y'all, I put this paper towel down here just because the color of this paper. Hey, Marie. Hey, Lydia. Linda, that I have on my background. It's good butcher paper. I went to get white, and they didn't have white, and I needed something to cover my Lazy Susan with, so I got this. It's kind of a yucky color, so I love it.
Maybe you could paint it.
Yeah, I could. In fact, I'll probably take the paper off someday and repaint it. But, you know, once I repaint it, then it's just going to get paint on it again. Unless I, hey, Susie Zane, unless I put some kind of a resin or something on it. I did have it with a real pretty Mackenzie Child napkin on it and then some checks. But it was kind of distracting to people when I would have my project up here, but then you could see all the movement of the checks and the Mackenzie Child floral. It wasn't the best option. So I just haven't painted it yet to get all that covered up.
Maybe I'll draw you an uphill illusion to go on it.
No, let's not do that. That might really mess with some people's minds.
Looks like your cards are falling down.
Hey, Della. Yeah, I want to try to get this crackled, but then I want to start putting our little girl together so you can see her, our little angel, you can see her all layered.
Are you going to put her on the frame and then put the dresses on, or put the dresses on then glue her to the frame?
I probably
Hard questions, huh?
probably should put her on the frame first if my frame is ready. If not, then I'll just go on and show them what I'm doing, and then I can attach her later. Because I sure don't want to get my lace covered up with anything that it doesn't need on there.
Pat Harvard said, "Where are you? We have thunderstorms coming in, but it's about 75 in southwest Mississippi."
We are in Middle Tennessee.
Near Nashville.
Near Nashville. Okay. Still not totally dry, but we're going to go for it. So let's take part 2, which is more clear. At Crazy Craft Company, it goes on quicker. And I think probably dries a little quicker too. So let me get another brush here.
Sorry, Pat, I didn't mean to mispronounce your name. It's Havard, not Harvard. Pat Havard. My boss lives down in Mississippi.
Yeah, where does he live? Will you turn that heater off? That's probably going to be annoying. I thought I had already done that, but I guess I didn't.
I'm not sure where he lives in Mississippi.
I used to have some cousins who had cousins on the other side of their family. My aunt's sister and her family that were from Mendenhall, Mississippi.
He's in Pearl, Mississippi.
Pearl?
Pearl, the deep blue sea.
Pearl.
Pearl.
Yeah, my cousin's cousins were in Mendenhall. Which I don't even really know where that is, but I think it's more rural than anything. She may know where it is since she's on here. From Mississippi. Oh, I'm sure glad Tracy sent me that message and I saw it. I get in trouble when I'm out of town on Eastern time zone and don't remember that even though I'm signing up on the app, which is done in Central time zone, it's going to record me as Eastern time zone if I'm in Eastern. And that's very confusing to me. Okay.
She's near Natchez, Mississippi.
Natchez. Now, doesn't our friend Ron Prater talk sometimes about Natchez, Mississippi?
I don't know.
Hey, Renee?
But one connection we have is we live just about 1,000 feet from the Natchez Trace, which goes all the way from here. This is the northern terminus of the Natchez Trace, and it goes all the way to Natchez, Mississippi. So she could hop on that little road and come see us and never have to turn off till she got here.
I bet that's such a beautiful drive, too.
Slow, too. Crooked.
Yeah. So I was going to go back when I still thought I was early. I was going to go back and actually mix in just a hint of pink, kind of dry brush pink on here, so that when I put the white on top and the crackle shows through, that you would see some crackle in pink and some in green. But because I got messed up on my time, I didn't have a chance to do that, which is fine. I think it's going to be pretty anyway.
You could use pink like rubbing buff and rub it in the grooves there.
I don't think they make pink rubbing buff, Ronnie.
You make your own.
I've never heard of pink rubbing buff. I cannot tell that the fabric inside mat is crackling, but it's not going to hurt it anyway, because remember, once I put the white on here, I don't like stark white, so I always go over white with my Bare Antique Wax to really make it look antique. And I'm not seeing just a whole lot of crackle on this frame right now, which is a little concerning. We may not get a crackle frame. I may have to just kind of sand it to make crackle. I got way too much there and it's bubbling up. Okay, let's see. So, who's ready for spring? Throw me some hearts if you're ready for spring. They make pink metallic rub-ons, like Rub and Buff. Really? Who makes them, Barbara? Do you know? What company? Hey, Barb. Welcome, welcome. Do you know who makes those rub-ons, Barbara?
Sure, getting a lot of hearts.
I got a Barbara and a Barb on here. Oh, I do see Crackle now. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. In the frame. I don't necessarily see it on the mat, but I do on the frame. So one of my favorite things is angels, y'all. So I collect. I'm not like an avid collector of angels, but when I'm at thrift stores and I see some pretty angels that I think I could use in crafting, I get them. I have several angels in my house. You know what? That reminds me, I announced on my page the other day I was going to do a contest. I'm going to have to just write it out to remind people. So I want people to come on my page and guess how many angels I have inside and outside my house together. Ronnie, it's saying low power. Can you please hook me up? I don't even know where the cord went.
Well, they got a couple of them laying down
Right
here.
This is it right here.
I think it's probably connected.
So y'all be watching for that announcement to come out.
And I may mess you up here, so y'all just
I hope not.
be patient. Oh, you really tightened it up, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Okay, y'all hold on. He's going to move you a little bit because he got to put my charger on.
It's still working?
Yep. Still working. Hey, Renee. How are you, friend? Welcome, welcome, welcome. There you go.
It's
Now
charging?
It's charging, yep.
Sorry about the wobbling.
Good deal. Okay, so we're almost through drying this. I am going to go on and put some white on it to show you how it's going to crackle, but then I'm going to set it aside and work on the girl. So we'll have to go on and put her dress on first. So I really want y'all to see what that's going to look like.
Renee Sharp says, hey, Lisa and Rodney.
Yeah, I saw her. I said, hey. Okay. Hopefully that's good enough. So I'm going to take this Waverly chalk paint in Snow White, even though I don't like Snow White. Hey, Levada. And I'm going to show you what I mean about putting it on and trying to just do it like in one fell swoop. And then start at the top and do another line. Let me get this off. You know you can't be a crafter if you don't want to get filthy. Okay, let's see here. I will use this one. No, I'll use this one. All right. Can y'all see what I'm doing? Hey, Louise, my sister. All right, here we go. I'm going to do it on the inside first. It's hard to ever get enough on your brush, really. You may have to go over just a little bit. Just don't go back and forth, back and forth. Let me put that on there and then I'll show you. Once I get this little inside part done, then I can show you what the crackle looks like. And like I said, it will be much better. See, I just went right back over that and took the paint off. It'll look much better when I get the antique wax on. I do not think these sides crackled a lot. Well, yeah, they did. I just didn't see it. Okay, so let me dry this part real quick, and then I'll hold it up and show you. Oops, I didn't quite get it covered down here. There we go.
Renee wants to know what color the green is, I think.
Actually, I mixed two colors. I mixed Deco Art Hauser Light Green. Hey, Julie. which is one of my favorite greens. And then I mixed it with Deco Art Americana Celery Green. And what I did was I put them both on my plate, and then I just dipped my brush in one, immediately dipped it in the other, flipped it over, and did the same thing, and went back and forth, so I would have a mixture trying to match kind of the color that's on her dress. Okay, so now y'all can see the crackle. See right there? Thank you, my sweet Julie, for those stars. Y'all see that? Okay, we're going to set this to the side right now, and we can go back and finish that. And like I said, what?
You want me to put any white on it?
You can if you want to, but you can't go back and forth, remember.
No, single coat.
But you also need to watch comments. Okay.
Multitask.
So, the girl, here she is right here. I think she's so pretty. The angel. Isn't she darling? So, I think the first thing I'm going to do, I have a little piece cut out to go around her neck. That, of course, now that I need it, I can't find it.
Did I move things?
No, I don't think you did anything. I had them all laying right here. Oh, here it is. Okay. So we cut this little thing out. Now, y'all, I'll tell you right now, it's really hard cutting those doilies. Like, hurts my heart. But they're just going to sit in a drawer if I don't. So I'm going to put some right around the top here. This part's just going to go a little bit around her top, because what goes up must come down. So if you have lace at the bottom, then I need to have some lace at the top. So let me see if I can get this on here and make sure that it's down so she doesn't look like she has a major turtleneck up around her neck. And
Rita Furel, F-U-T-R-A-L, I had over 400 angels that had to downsize.
Ah, Rita, I wish I'd known. You could have downsized them to me, sister.
Debbie said, what is Rodney's next trip? We're leaving Sunday for Washington State, out in the Yakima area where they grow so many apples. And we're going to fly into Portland and drive. There's a very scenic route. I think it's Interstate 84 that runs along the Columbus.
See, she's got a little bit up there. Thank you, Angie. Okay.
River. Columbia River, excuse me.
So this was a whole big circular piece. We cut it in half. So what I'm going to do is start trying to gather it. Let me put some glue right here in the middle and try to find about the center. Where are my little thing to hold this down in here? Okay.
You're doing the whole thing white, correct?
Yes. And then I'm going to put a little dab of glue and I'm going to fold it over like I'm pleating it. Thank goodness I don't have to sew it because I'm not a seamstress, y'all. Thank you, Angie. Hey, Connie. Well, I guess all my regular peeps are not on here because I sent a telegram saying I'd be on at 4.
Yeah, a few of them.
So, they're probably going, wait, she said 4 o'clock. What is happening? All right, I'll hold this up as soon as I get this part gathered because I really want y'all to see her. And she's going to be, so her dress, all this lace is going to be hanging off the bottom of the frame. But the frame, hey, Roseanne, will be able to be hung on the wall. So it'll be like she's sitting back against the wall. I just think it's going to be so cute. Hope. Okay. Trying not to cover up her hands, her little praying hands. Good thing I'm going to get my nails done soon, y'all, because I have abuse them with paint and glue so badly since my last fill. Okay. All right, let me hold her up and show you. So this is her bottom layer. Okay. I may have to trim some of those, but there's her bottom layer. Now we're going to put her next layer on, which will be this one. And this had gotten some pink like stain on it. You probably can't see it, but it's very faint. But I think it's beautiful. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to put it on there anyway. I don't care. You'd have to be really, really close to even be able to see it. So let's put this one down in the middle, and then we'll gather from both sides. So this will be a shorter layer, and then the next one will be shorter, and then the next one shorter, until she just has like 4 or 5 layers. It probably would have been better if I had had a bigger angel, which I did have a bigger angel, but she was almost too bulky, and it was going to be hard to get her to sit in there. Hey, Roseanne, that's okay. You can watch the replay. There's always replay, sister. Always replay. No problem at all. Much of the time, that's what I have to do, is watch replay too. There's so many people I love to watch, but I can't see them all and get done what I need to get done. This is getting a little bit sticky right here. Okay. Little tiny bit more. And like I said, I may have to trim a little bit. This is actually covering up her hands a lot, so you're not really going to be able to see much of her hands. I love doilies. I love vintage. And I think about all the stuff that we got rid of my grandmother's, that we had no idea would ever amount to anything. Makes me sad. I think this one is going to stay at my house. I'm hoping it's going to turn out just like I want it. I may have to make another one with a little bit bigger angel. Okay, so let's see how her little dress looks now.
That water.
Isn't she pretty? I may have to tack her in a few places too, like on the sides. She's so pretty. Okay, so we have 2 layers. And then, thank you for those hearts. Then we've got this little layer right here. So I think what I'm going to do is try to... I've covered her little hands up too much. Let me see if I can use these and pull this down just a little bit. There we go. Now you can see her hands better. And that just kind of glued right on there with the rest of the glue. Yeah, she'll have to be tacked down a little bit. Okay. And I may end up putting a few little pearls or something around her. Okay, did you get that done? Let me see. Okay, I've got 5 minutes. So let me set this to the side.
A little bit.
Okay, well, that crackled good. Look. Y'all see?
It's probably
So
still got wet
she
spots on it.
will be sitting.
Should fit in a little
I
notch.
need to grab her from the
Oh,
back.
you're getting all over your shirt, Lise.
I don't care. I'll get it off. Okay, look.
Scoot her to the middle. There
So
you go.
she's going to be sitting off the frame like this, hanging on the wall. Isn't that going to be so sweet? Lay that somewhere, please. All right. Let me hit this just real quick. Yep, I got pain on my shoulder, didn't I? And can you open this for me? And let me find a little brush. I'll show y'all how the color will be so much better than this bright white. Thank you. It is good crackle. I love that Pintart Fine Line Crackle. My favorite. Y'all make sure that you refresh your page when you finish watching me if you're on Craft Around the Clock. If not, please go to Craft Around the Clock so you can watch crafters there. Refresh the page in between each one, and then please don't forget to really throw the emojis to support them. Okay, that top part's not quite dry, so let me just do the side to show you how the color is going to be different. Just using like a stencil brush. And I'm going all the way in. And that fabric did crackle. It crackled really well, as a matter of fact. I know when I go outside it's going to feel good, but it's getting hot in here in this sweatshirt, I'll tell you.
Renee says it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Barbara said I texted you a link for the metallic rub-ons.
I saw you sent me a link. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to take a paper towel and just start rubbing back. And if there's not enough that rubs back, you can always use a sanding block to take off more. Or you can hit it with some more of your lighter paint.
Angie Pearson says she's very pretty.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, look. See? This would have been a good project for like the vintage and thrifted event because it's looking very vintagey. Okay. Go on to this side. So now y'all know what I have going on. I probably will go live from my page while we are out of town, maybe with a Valentine craft one time, and then I'm also going to be working on my journal that we're working on in another private group, and I mean we're just working on it at our own pace, but you know, every now and then she's doing a page with us, so I really want to get my journal caught up. I've started working in it, but I haven't done a lot.
Have any of y'all that are watching made the drive from Portland, Oregon east along the Columbia River with all the waterfalls and everything? That's what we plan to do, so should see some, hopefully we'll have some do some lives from the waterfalls.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Have
I ever seen those when I was out there with you before? I don't remember.
No, I didn't get to take you out through there, I don't think. But I've been out there a couple of times.
I do not remember.
And they are very pretty, especially the one with the bridge in the middle.
He showed me some pictures yesterday, and it was like, wow, take your breath away.
44.
Okie dokie, y'all. I've got 1 minute left, which means the other creator after me has probably already started. So
why don't you sit up for a final picture?
Be sure to refresh your page. Tracy, thank you for sending me the reminder if you're still on here and being patient with Easter. Right here. Y'all see? Okay, y'all. I appreciate you being here. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.